today I can speak a little bit English. That means in my past life I have learned English. That's why English comes to me very easily. My name is Tashi. I'm a Tibetan refugee here in India, and I'm 65 years old.
Hello.
Money means little bit to me, to clothe myself, to eat. But if I earn thousands of rupees today, that won't give me any satisfaction. It's the satisfaction that you get out of life, that's the main thing. Especially I want to see happy people. And by helping someone, that really makes me happy. During my school days, I was sort of like very naughty boy. I didn't have any aim in life, except only one aim, that is to fight against the Chinese and get back my country. That was my main aim. So, in fact, I was very interested in warfare, like guerrilla warfare. So I've done a lot of training in them, making IT bombs, everything. But in the end, it didn't come to any use because His Holiness took the middle path. Then, after getting older and older, you become more religious. And then your idea completely changes. So you become more compassionate to other people. Then you feel that everyone is either your sister, your brother, your father, your mother. So you have this compassion in you. So you don't want to hurt anyone. So now I have nothing against the Chinese itself. When I came to Ladakh, it was in 1976. That means I was about 30 something, 32 or 3. The people were so lovely when I first came here. And our culture, our language, our custom, food, everything was very similar. I fell in love with a local Tibetan girl, not a Ladakhi. Then I got married to her. I settled here. At that time, I thought if I marry someone who really needs me, not someone who loves me or that I love, but someone that can depend on me, someone that I can help. So, like that, we came to know each other. I came to know her. She's not from a rich country. Rich parents. She's not even educated. So I thought if I marry her, I would be able to help her. That was sort of my first impression as a Buddhist. Later on, living together with her, I came to know her. Then she's more compassionate than me. She was. And through her, I've learned many things. She says, never quarrel with anyone, not even with your neighbors. She doesn't. She doesn't even quarrel with me. Even if I get angry, she turns her head away. She brings a cup of tea. She says, don't have tea. Come down. If you go back to history, in the beginning, Ladakh was completely a barren country. In fact, I would say this whole Himalayan region was under the sea.
Wool, salt. 200 ago, Ladakh Rinpoche, Lama, King, Ladakh King.
Then the land grew up like Eurasia, like India continent. It moved into Asia continent, and this whole Himalayan region grew up. Then we have these That people coming from Gilgit, and from the east side we have these Tibetan nomads coming into Ladakh. So In the beginning, we have a lot of Buddhist people here. Then in the 18th, there were Muslim people who came here when the Mughal Empire was able to send army here into Ladakh. Then more Buddhist people were converted into Muslim. So now there's a division here in Ladakh. Now, most of the people, they are more attached to worldly things, like materialism. Here in Ladakh itself, I think this is due to tourism, because previously there weren't any tourism here. People were more satisfied with what they have. Every village, they come together to help one family, to plow his field, to grow, to sow, to harvest, everything is done by the whole village. Nowadays, if you go to a village, this doesn't happen. No, it's very sad to see, it's really sad that here in Ladakh, now this present generation, they are losing their culture. Finished. The name Dalai Lama was given by the Mongols, kings. When they say Dalai Lama, means ocean of wisdom. Tibetans and Mongolia, we had a very close relation. So it was sort of like a priest and his pupil. So we had this kind of relation. Even with China, we had this kind of relation. Tibet was never part of China. It never had been. Tibet was a free country up till 1949. It was an independent country. But the Chinese came into Tibet as a friend. So everybody behaved like a brother to brother. In the beginning, they were so friendly, so nice. They were giving a lot of presents, everything. People were full by it. And there were so many monasteries in Tibet which were very rich. Rich in the sense, most of the statues are either made out of gold or silver. The Chinese came, they pulled down all the statues, melted them completely and sold them into international market. My parents were completely separated, that's what they told me. And my mother, every night they used to call her, and all the ladies in the village, they would get together and made to study communism by force. So there was so much pressure on my parents to escape from Tibet. My father was taken as a laborer on the road. They were building a lot of roads during that time. He was given a privilege to go home one night, and that very night we escaped from Tibet. When I came to know about it, they said daytime they are hiding, and 3 nights they've been walking. The moment you cross Puri, you enter into Bhutan. So I think it took them about 1 month to reach the Indian border. There are certain people who doesn't want the help. I know that, yeah, there are. I know. When I'm sitting in my office, my main objective is to earn money. But as far as I'm concerned, it's not the money that I'm making. It's the interaction that I have with my clients.
Right. So when I wear a Tibetan dress, I do plait my hair.
Even we speak about the destruction that is happening in this world, how we can control it. And especially we are talking about the water problem that we are facing here right now. I tell them there might be a war on water within the next 10 or 15 years because due to the global warming, all the glaciers are melting, and once the glacier disappears, there won't be any water, especially in this mountainous region. It was the heavy snow that we have during the winter that people depend on everything. Agriculture, drinking, everything is dependent on that. Now we don't have snow at all. except there's a light snow, and if there's a bright sunshine, everything melts away. And when the snow melts, it causes a lot of destruction on the way. The erosion, everything's washed away, the roads are blocked, the landslide, everything's destroyed. Any trade that you learn is more important than education. You'll see thousands of people with degrees without any, what should I say, any vocational training. There are a lot of people who are very good in their own job, like carpentry, mason. They are earning more than who have got these diplomas.
Hi guys.
When you talk about education, it doesn't mean to write or to speak or something. That's not the education. Education is when you learn how to eat, how to sweep, how to wash your clothes, and then when you're able to help other people, that gives you satisfaction. So all these are education. Like I want to be a simple guy. They say, wow, he has so much, I want that. Now I'm happy with what I have. I'm really happy. This is one world, one family. Love, compassion. That's the main thing.